You see, the problem is whenever the grace of God is brought up, there's a risk of abuse. Some people tell themselves, now because God loves me unconditionally because of his grace, guess what? Then it doesn't matter how I live. In Romans 6, chapter 1 and 2, God knew we would think like this. And through Paul, he reminds us, what shall we say then? Are we to continue in sin that grace may abound? And what is the answer? By no means. The saints in Colossae have already been called to walk in a manner that is worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing him, as we saw in chapter 1. And so, I see the reason for Paul using such strong language when he says, put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you. And he does not leave you guessing what this is. He says, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desires, covetousness, which is idolatry. On account of these things, the wrath of God is coming. You see, the phrase put to death has this notion of a fervent vigor, a struggle towards something. And that thing is simply putting things to death. And it's also a call to our responsibility. This is something that we must do. And it's not something we turn over to God, but it's a call to our own responsibility. So though you're saved by grace, that does not mean you can continue to live how you want. And so Paul is calling the saints and us this morning to actively subdue sin and deprive it of its power, to break those habits and patterns that we have developed that continually lead us into sin.